This is a demonstration of Truths Too Terrible by Protean Games. If you'd like to skip ahead past the rules explanation, jump ahead to the 3-minute mark. Before going over the rules, let's look at the different cards. Evidence cards are the primary focus of the game. There are 6 different types that make up the evidence deck, and each type has a unique back. For each type, there are 4 cards, 1 pertinent, 1 irrelevant, and 2 unknowable. Each round, one of each type is set aside as the facts of a case, and the players then attempt to examine the remainder to determine what those facts are. Solution cards are used by players to propose their understanding of the facts at the end of a round. Each player has their own set. The lead investigator card indicates which player will go first in a round. Plot twists provide special rules that apply for a single round, after which they are discarded. Credibility cards are granted to players who share information with others. These can later be expended to perform certain special actions. Lastly, terrible truth cards are given to the winner of each round. The first player to gain 3 of these cards wins the game. Here is a sample setup for a 2-player game. On the left is player 1. On the right is player 2. The facts of the case are along the top, and at the bottom are the supplies of various cards, as well as a set of 3 evidence cards that are available for investigation. If a player chooses to investigate on their turn, they can choose whether to do so publicly or privately. If they perform a public investigation, everyone will see the card they choose, but they will gain credibility as a result. In contrast, a private investigation is for their eyes only. As the round progresses, players will continue to investigate as well as expend credibility to play dirty tricks that allow them to foil each other's plans. In the end, each player must look at the available information and simultaneously use their solution cards to propose their understanding of the facts. The player who includes the most information without getting anything wrong wins the round. And now, on to the game.
Hi, we're here to do a gameplay demonstration of Truths Too Terrible. I'm Scott.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Alex.
And as you can see, the game is all set up. Alex is going to begin as the lead investigator.
All right. I'm going to do a public investigation, which means I'm going to flip a card over, of arcane science. I get to pick from one of these 3. So everyone gets to see what I flipped over. And because I did a public investigation, I get a credibility, which is one of these cards. I keep it.
So now this is going to get replaced, and play moves to me. So we don't really know much right now, so I am going to choose to publicly investigate this piece of physical evidence. As we can see, it is apparently the physical evidence this round is not pertinent, and I will also get a credibility as a result.
Okay, so I am going to privately investigate this physical evidence, which means I get to look at it and nobody else does.
All right. I am then going to privately investigate... No, I'm going to publicly investigate science! Which is not pertinent. What's this?
Become more credible.
I do. I become additionally credible.
Okay, so I think at this point, I would very much like to consult the arcane, which is a dirty trick that I can play by turning in a credibility. And that's going to allow me to go through the deck. I'm going to get to name a type of evidence and search through for it. Now I'm going to be naming science, what happens to be on the top of the deck, but it could have been anything in the deck. And I get to keep it, and then The deck actually gets shuffled at that point. Reset. And I get to look at this, but nobody else does.
Okay. Interesting. I will, publicly investigate this eyewitness account. And gain some credibility around this place.
All right. So I've got quite a lot of credibility, which I will then convert into a dirty trick. I will expose Scott's lies, so I can turn in this dirty trick, which is credibility, to make his science become publicly investigated.
That was not very nice, but I'm going to continue on trying to keep things from people by privately investigating this local history.
So, I am going to spend some credibility. I am going to glimpse the forbidden on this arcane signs. Which means I get to look at it, and then I only get to look at it once, and then it goes into the trash pile, and no one can ever see it ever again. So I have to remember.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
I am going to privately investigate local history. Da-da-da-da.
I am going to publicly investigate local history. And take a credibility.
It's a lot of dark lore. Okay. I'm going to privately investigate these arcane signs.
I am going to privately investigate these eyewitness accounts. Just because that's all dark lore and that amused me.
Wow, there's a sign, it seems, telling me that I should look into this dark lore. But actually, I'm going to reveal their lies. I'm going to turn in this credibility and force Alex to show us that local history.
Local history. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to publish some of this dark lore.
Unknowable.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I see that local history is currently very unknowable, but that means it's one of the other things. But I know that Scott's holding the other card, so to destroy his tacit advantage, I am going to expose their lies and make Scott expose his lies. So now everybody knows about that terrible local history.
I think I would like to know a little more about these eyewitness accounts.
In a private way.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. There's only one card left in the draw pile. And at this point, I think I would like to present a case.
Okay. So at this point, everyone's got to figure out what they think is true and what is not. Okay, so we're going to present our cases. Everyone does this simultaneously, so we will each flip over what we believed to have happened. And at this point, we're going to find out what the real facts were, starting with the physical evidence.
All right. The physical evidence was unknowable.
Excellent. I was guessing and I was correct.
All right. The eyewitness accounts were pertinent.
I was wrong.
I was right,
Okay.
which is important for me.
Okay, So I am actually knocked out of the round because I tried to include something and got it wrong.
All
Continuing on.
Local history was, in fact, pertinent.
I am so shocked.
Science pretty much hinged everything on this one. Was irrelevant! Yes! Local dark lore was pertinent, but neither of us guessed that. And arcane was irrelevant.
Which means I forgot what I had glimpsed.
So, what happens now is that I've won the round with my brilliant science. Which means I get a terrible truth, which is one of these cards. They're pretty much what keeps score in the game. And this one has a terrible truth on the other side, which is humanity is only skin deep. Which is creepy, and I get to keep this as a point. And then we move on to the next round.
Who has the most credibility left?
So moving into the next round, the most credibility seems to be you. And so the person with the most credibility gets to keep one. Everyone else has to return any credibility.
And let's clean up.
Cool. Okay, here we are at the beginning of round 2, and because Alex won last round, he remains the lead investigator. Additionally, because we are at the second round, we will reveal a plot twist. Plot twists add some interesting little narratives, but most importantly for this video, they add special rules at times that change how the game plays. In this case...
this is Unspeakable Horror. It's got a little flavor text on here, and also the rule I have to do is return all credibility to the supply, and then give 1 credibility to each player. So Sarah gets to keep hers, I get 1, Scott gets a credibility. Additionally, public investigations may not be performed during this round.
Okay. So everyone's kind of got 1 credibility for 1 dirty trick, but can't get any in any other way. So we begin with Alex.
Alright, well I can't do a public investigation, so I'm gonna swipe this local history for myself.
Well, I suppose I am going to grab the other local history.
I think I will pick up the science for myself.
I am going to use my credibility to perform the dirty trick of exposing Scott's lies. And
Got to it before I could.
And making the unknowable local history revealed.
Interesting. Well, I think I need to grab some physical evidence.
I'm going to use... No, I'm not. I'm going to investigate this dark lore.
Okay. I am going to privately investigate some arcane signs.
It's time for me to grab some physical evidence.
I wonder what I'm going to do. I'm really... Okay. I'm privately investigating that eyewitness account.
I'm going to privately investigate some arcane signs.
I think I would actually like to take an arcane signs.
Alright, and I am going to grab a hold of some science in a private manner.
Dark lore goes out. I'm going to take an eyewitness account.
I am going to use my credibility to force one of those arcane signs to be revealed. It is irrelevant.
Okay. I am going to privately investigate some dark lore.
I'm going to privately investigate some eyewitness accounts.
I think it's time to make the case.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yes, I am. All right. Now let's figure out what we actually have.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's the end of the round, so everyone will present their case and reveal them simultaneously. And we will see what the facts are.
All right, starting with physical evidence. Scott guessed wrong.
Wow,
It is
that was my
irrelevant.
only guess.
Going on to eyewitness accounts, which I'm the only person who guessed. Pertinent. Local history. Irrelevant. I am in the game. Science
Science.
is pertinent. Moving on to dark lore. Is pertinent. Sarah's 2 for 2. Moving on to the final one, arcane science. If I guess this right, I win. Which I didn't! So Sarah wins. She gets a terrible truth.
I get a terrible truth. Don't count your blessings before they hatch. It's a good one. All right.
So now we move on to the next round.
Yes.
Okay, so here we are at the beginning of the next round, and because Sarah won the last round, she takes the card indicating that she will be the lead investigator.
All right, and let's check out what our plot twist is. Oh, we have the plot twist critical material, and there's lovely fluff. But this round, all players' solutions must include arcane signs. So you know we're going to be fighting about that.
All right.
And I get to open things up. I get to keep my credibility from last round, because I'm very credible. I'm going to privately investigate some physical evidence. Oh, hey, shuffle that.
Made a slight mistake when I shuffled the deck before. I am going to publicly investigate science.
Get your credibility. Thanks for sharing.
I think I would like to publicly investigate some eyewitness accounts.
Okay. I'm going to privately investigate some dark lore.
I'm going to expend some credibility to consult the arcane to steal this arcane sign. And this actually requires me to then shuffle the deck.
Ah! Your sneakiness has been noted.
This is going to be a popular maneuver, but I am going to actually take a private look at this dark lore.
Okay, I'm going to privately investigate physical evidence.
I'm going to publicly investigate science.
I feel like it is important to know a little more about the dark lore.
I am going to consult the arcane. So I'm going to go through the deck looking for those arcane signs till I find one. Oh, I did not have very long to look. I get to keep it, and I shuffle the very few remaining cards, y'all.
I am then going to consult the arcane to look for an arcane sign.
I feel like I might be left out of this. Well, I think of all things, I'm going to consult the arcane to learn about science.
Oh, okay, only 3 left, okay. I think going to... Do you really only have arcane signs? Is that the only thing that you've investigated privately?
I have.
For real?
I
Okay.
trust my sources.
Okay, I'm going to publicly investigate these eyewitness accounts.
I'm going to publicly investigate some local history. Get myself a credibility.
Well, I think I would like to. I have a feeling that I really should just call this. I'm going to call it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it.
Okay. Didn't get a chance to expose his lies. Come on, man.
Alright. Okay, here we are at the end of the round, and so everyone's going to reveal their solutions. Of course, we all must include arcane signs. So here we go. Okay, so Sarah is being a little bolder, being that she's in the pole position here.
All right, so we'll start with physical evidence, which only Sarah included, and Sarah got wrong right off the bat.
Well,
Eyewitness accounts, no one included, but was unknowable. Local history, no one included and was unknowable. Science, first disagreement, Scott and Scott was right. I am out of the round, but
now
Scott
here's
has
the real
to
question.
survive to the end. Local history was irrelevant, and arcane signs was irrelevant,
Yes!
which Scott guessed correctly.
I
So
decided to stay out of it, and I took it anyway.
Scott gets a terrible truth, and his terrible truth is that aching fear, that gnawing uncertainty. You should have believed it when you had the chance.
Ooh, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's a pick-me-up.
So it's anyone's game.
There was a tie for who had the most credibility, so we both discard.
No, you both keep.
Oh, we both keep. Right. Okay.
Moving on. Okay, so going into the next round, as you can see, I've taken the lead investigator card, having won the last one, and we get a new plot twist.
This plot twist is an uneasy piece. For the duration of the round, players may not expose their lies.
Ooh, so we have to be nice to each other. All right.
We have to.
Well, only if Mom says so. I think I'm going to start off, and I am going to choose to be very nice and show everyone this dark lore.
All right.
So, I am going to be not very nice and privately investigate these arcane signs.
Okay. I'm going to... you can't expose someone's lies,
No,
so
you
it's a very private investigation friendly round. I am going to spend a credibility to consult the arcane.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a dark lore.
Alright, so I am going to choose to privately investigate this eyewitness accounts.
Alright, I'm going to privately investigate these arcane signs.
Alright. I'm going to publicly investigate some local history.
Well, some science is on the way, but I think I want this eyewitness accounts.
Okay. I'm going to publicly investigate this physical evidence and become more credible around here.
All right. I am going to privately investigate some science.
This is yours.
Oh,
Last
you're-
one.
no, I privately investigated the science.
Oh, well, one second.
It's your turn, is what you're thinking.
Okay. I would kind of like to see that item as counts, so.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So I will shuffle.
Okay. I am interested in... Here, pal. Okay. I'm going to privately investigate this local history.
All right. I'm going to privately investigate some science.
Wow. This is a challenge. I would like to publicly investigate that physical evidence. Okay. Some credibility.
I'm going to privately investigate some local history. Taking full advantage of the fact that no one can look at my stuff.
I am going to consult the arcane to take this dark lore.
That is going to end the round.
It sure is.
All right.
Let's do some investigating.
Okay, so now we're going to reveal the cases each of us has made. And I seem to have gone for a little more than everyone else. Because I need to.
All right. So physical evidence, which we had a bunch of public stuff about and nobody guessed, was unknowable. Eyewitness accounts was unknowable. Scott had all the cards on, so it seems accurate. Irrelevant. Local history. Science. Pertinent. Dark lore. Pertinent.
Oh, that was my guesses.
All right. And the last one, arcane science is unknowable. So for the first time, we actually have a tie between two people.
However, you are further from the lead investigator, and thus you win ties.
So I get an additional terrible truth. And this one is, not all who wander are found. All right.
Okay, so going into the next round, because I have some credibility left, but Sarah
not as
has
much as
more,
me.
I have to lose mine, and she gets to keep one.
And I get the lead investigator back because I'm a handsome genius.
Okay,
And the
so
latest plot twist is the Silent Tarot, which means for the duration of this round, players may not consult the arcane.
Okay. So going first, I will publicly investigate science, which is not irrelevant.
okay, and I am going to also take a look at some science.
Science is neither unrelevant or unknowable, just like in the real world.
I'm going to privately investigate these eyewitness accounts.
All right, I am going to privately investigate some arcane signs.
I would kind of like to grab one of these local histories.
Let me think. I'm going to privately investigate some physical evidence.
I am going to publicly investigate an arcane sign.
I would like to privately investigate an arcane sign.
Okay. I'm going to publicly investigate some dark lore.
Seems like a thing it would be dangerous to do.
Right?
I am going to force Scott to expose his lies about the arcane signs.
Thankfully, it didn't help you that much. Well, actually, it did. Oh!
Scott's turn.
I kind of like this local history.
I am going to privately investigate these eyewitness accounts.
I'm going to publicly investigate these eyewitness accounts.
You are very credible.
I am. Extremely credible.
I would kind of like to see one of those eyewitness accounts.
Expose their lies.
Oh.
That was way more helpful than I wanted it to be.
Yes, thanks.
Regrets. I have regrets. And now it is my turn. I would like to expose your lies about arcane signs.
Everyone knows everything about arcane
Yes.
signs. I'm exposing Scott's lies about local history.
Here. This is a very open investigation.
Now that we've worked this out, I'm going to.
We're
privately-
building better transparency.
Oh,
I'm taking that.
Oh, okay, fine. Fine, then I'm taking this one.
I'm going to expose Scott's lies about local history.
Oh, well, it didn't actually help. In fact, now I'm taking this local history. Thanks.
and that was it.
Yes.
Oh God.
Time to investigate.
Well.
Investigation time.
So, we are back to reveal our cases. And Alex has gone big.
I'm the lead investigator, so I have to...
Alright, let's see what happens.
I'm going on the strong investigative strategy of nobody can know anything about any of this crap.
Let's find out how wrong you are.
It's a mystery, man. Physical evidence which no one, Scott included, was unknowable.
Ah!
Eyewitness accounts were unknowable.
Okay.
Oh wait.
That's a problem.
I
Sarah's
grabbed
out.
the wrong.
Local history is unknowable. Science, which only I included, is unknowable.
Oh!
Dark lore, which I included, and Scott included, is unknowable.
That's
I think
out.
that is the end.
And arcane science, which we all had to, will probably included, was unknowable.
These statistics are crazy, but yeah.
Enjoy your terrible truth.
I get the final terrible truth. A sigil a day keeps the darkness at bay, and I win the game with my 3 terrible truths.
Hooray!
Yay.
Thanks for watching, folks.